What's up, y'all? Kblaze in the building. I've been mysteriously shrouded in not showing around and not showing out, not showing up. But when tyranny peaks and wickedness peaks, man, we gotta set a standard against it. Just this morning, I guess what really motivated me was I was like cruising down the road, and I'm pulling out, and there's a unmarked cop car just flying by, speed limit 40 miles an hour, and the cop was doing 70. So, you know, it seemed like she was in a rush. I didn't know it was a female till I actually rolled up towards the end. I stopped next to her at a stoplight and was like, hey, why you went to hey, are you a cop? She like, yeah. I was like, well, you was doing 70 back there on a 40. Like, you already know that's, you get written up for reckless endangerment and reckless driving, and they're going to take your license and then all this, jamming your life up. And she's like, oh, well, I'm late. I haven't been on the road for 18 years, X, Y, Z. Well, I wish that the people would be able just to say that and then just be absolved of all of it. But see, that's not the case, because there's been war crimes being perpetuated against the American people for generations. It's a mess out here, all outside the confines of law. And there's a difference between law and legal. Law and legal. Two separate things going on here. Legalities is your USC, UCC code, and the law is the law of the land, the natural law, the Constitution, the declarations, right? Every person's tribe should have a declaration. Non-belligerent, non-hostile, non-combatant to the big British commerce system that is called the United States, that operates out of Washington, D.C., that doesn't have no coordinates on the map, doesn't have no relative bearings. It doesn't even really exist. They operate under a flag that no one knows. Okay, and that's where we get all this commerce nonsense. The gold fringes on the flags in the courthouse. That's not the America that you've been taught. Association member. That's the British Accreditation Registrar. What was the Revolutionary War fought for? The British are coming. The British are coming. The Redcoats are coming. The Redcoats is coming. They here. They've been here. They basically locked it all in after the Civil War, which the Civil War was just another genocide on top of another genocide that was probably on top of another genocide. Well-funded, well-armed the North military sweeping through the South. To hell with all of their pictures, to hell with all of their photographs. Here's something that came out of the Civil War. Let me grab this real quick. Let's see if it's in here. Where we at? Oh, here we go. Check it. This book with the double-headed phoenix on it, it's called Morals and Dogma. And it's written by a general, Albert Pike. And the first time that I went to go open this and read this, it was right after Trump became president. And I opened up to a section in here that basically was speaking on, once they lock in and consolidate their control, then they're going to give us our heroes. Okay? And right below these phoenixes, it say Ordo de Cal, order out of chaos. Okay? Madness is in the world. Nature's being ignored. They layer in tons and tons of legalities over our nature. Okay? This book, everybody need to get this book. If you think you want to become a Freemason, get this book and read this book. It's thick, but you can read a Bible. You can read anything. Okay? Let me just get you a little quick. This is from page, let's see what. Let me see what chapter this is, and I'll just read anything out of it and see if it strikes any of your interest. Morals and Dogma. I'm trying to find like the beginning of a chapter or something so I can say what the chapter is. All right, look. Real quick. Here's on page 356. Oh, I'm telling you, there's so much good information out here, and they done already told you what they're doing. All right, Diodorus speaks of the famous columns erected near Nysa in Arabia, where it was said were two of the tombs of Osiris and Isis. On one was the inscription, "I am Isis, queen of this country. I was instructed by Mercury. No one can destroy the laws which I established. I am the eldest daughter of Saturn, most ancient of the gods. I am the wife and sister of Osiris the king. I first made known to mortals the use of wheat. I am the mother of Horus the king. In my honor was the city of Bubaste built. Rejoice, O Egypt, rejoice, land that gave me birth." And on the other was this: I am Osiris the king, who led my armies into all parts of the world, to the most thickly inhabited countries of India, the north, the Danube, and the ocean. I am the eldest son of Saturn. I was born of the brilliant and magnificent egg, and my substance is of the same nature as that which composes light. There is no place in the universe where I have not appeared to bestow my benefits and make known my discoveries. The rest was illegible. Now, that's on page 300 and something of this book. Okay? Let me keep reading. We live, it's early. We ain't got nothing else going on. Although, yeah, I do gotta go crank some work here soon. But to aid her in the search of the body of Osiris and to nurse her infant child Horus, Isis sought out and took with her Anubis, son of Osiris, and his sister Nephte. He, as we have said, was Sirius, the brightest star in the heavens. After finding him, she went to Byblos and seated herself near a fountain, where she had learned that the sacred chest had stopped, which contained the body of Osiris, where she sat, sad and silent, shedding a torrent of tears. Thither came the woman of the court of the queen Astarte, and she spoke to them and dressed their hair, pouring upon it deliciously perfumed ambrosia. This known to the queen, Isis was engaged as nurse for her child in the place, one of the columns of which was made of the erica or tamarisk that had grown up over the chest containing Osiris, cut down by the king and unknown to him, still enclosing the chest, which column Isis afterward demanded, and from it extracted the chest and the body, which the latter, wrapped in thin drapery and perfumed, she carried away with her. Blue masonry, ignorant of its import, still retains among its emblems one of a woman weeping over a broken column, holding in her hand a branch of acacia, myrtle, or tamarisk, while time, we are told, stands behind her, combing out the ringlets of her hair. We need not repeat the vapid and trivial explanation there given of this representation of Isis weeping at Byblos over a column torn from the place of the king that contained the body of Osiris, while Horus, the god of time, pours ambrosia on her hair. All right, you see how mysterious all that is? All right, and it goes into more about all these kings of Egypt and priesthoods. And I mean, this is a must read for everybody. You know, this is stuff that's in here that's going to make you be like, oh, well, I'm going to have to look that up. What's that word mean? Who was this king? Who was this guy? What was this mythos? What were all these mythologies? Okay. Let's see here. What's this? Huguenots. Assyrian armies that sacked Jerusalem. Talking about Moses. This was a lot of work. This was a lot of writing, you know? And I mean, say what you will about Albert Pike, the author, but what did Paul say? He said, we can only do for truth, nothing against truth. So even if this is filled with shrouds of pieces of mysteries and lies and things like that, like, you can find it. You can find it because it's always in you. The truth always in you. So my camera on this side. The truth always in you. You are the truth. You are the way nature works, the way our environment works, the way water goes through its vapor evaporation and condensation cycle. Okay. But this is just one little blippy blip that this guy was a Civil War general, and I think they got a statue of him in the Capitol building. But I mean, we got a lot of studying to do because in school, what they teach us, you're free, the four founding fathers and the savage Indians, and what a shame, what a mockery of our intelligence to subvert us like that. And what is it, the American Teachers Federation or the American Federation of Teachers? What a mess. Tyranny is peaking. Okay. Real quick for a news blast, man. These drones, boy, these drones. All right. And just know, like, every single thing here is militant and military. In this country, everything is military. If it's technology, just know that it was a weapon. It was designed to be a weapon first. Okay. But let's just take a quick look. Real quick, shout out to Bro Sanchez TV on YouTube. You can go check him out. He got hour-long blurb about the drones out there in Jersey. I'm going to save my breath on that. That brother covered it. Shout out to Chief Ironbush. Shout out to Jason Brashears over Archaics. And shout out to Zachary Hubbard, Gematria Effects News, Sports News. You know, go subscribe to them brothers. Sign up for their Patreons. Fund them. The information they pushing is important. But not before you fund me, right? I don't want to give just shout outs and whatever. Hold up. I just got to send this text real quick. But yeah, everything is militant. All right. When they had that little, I don't even know what to call it. Because of all the censorship. When they had the the front yard barbecue at the Capitol building back on that 1 January back then, you know, that was a military operation. Plain and simple. Don't go to DC. It's not America. There's no common law there. They don't have the Constitution we have. Just don't even go there. Just don't even go there. let me see what else is good with some news here. Let me get on my computer here and see what's up with some news, man. Well, we'll do Yahoo News, and we'll just scroll down and see what's good, see what's popping real quick. I'm gonna get a Kickstarter jumped off. Brother wrote a book. It's like a comic book kind of, but got the square edge on there. Conflict Indigo. Got the real ISBN number. No price. But if you want to support, brother, holla at your boy. It's a great fiction adventure about some monks. And I'm going to get a Kickstarter jumped off so I can fund my next book, because I already got one cooking. And I don't know if I'm going to do tiers or whatever. I might have 2 tiers, because I got an endless amount of these stickers, little as above, so below avatar joint. And I do have a limited run of these coins that I pressed. You can see I made a YouTube video about it. These are copper coins that I made in basically currency for the book. Currency for the book there. Trying to get that. Oh, yeah. So I got a limited run of these. I think I wrote in the back of the book how many. But the book got maps. Let's see here. 50. We're going to do a run of 50 copper coins for the Kickstarter. Anybody else that's going to get a coin, they're going to be close to me. They're going to be some of my peeps, some of my tribe, you know what I mean? But I'll start throwing links in the description box once I get that Kickstarter done. I'll probably finish it today and see what we can come up with, man. Maybe I can get a couple of these other more notable cats to give me a shout out too, you know. Also, and what gave me the idea, the brother Donut, he over there doing an exposition of the Illuminati all the time, all the news. Matter of fact, let me not get distracted over here. Late breaking news. All right. So consolidation. Anytime that the government's consolidating our IDs into real ID, they're consolidating their lands into one land, or they're gerrymandering to reconsolidate, that's never anything good. Liz Cheney recommended get criminally investigated. I mean, why bother at this point? Why bother? Chihuahua. And look, when these presidents and these presidential candidates is all doing their speeches and they in front of the double flags with the golden fringes around it, that's not for you. That's not for the people. That's for the corporation, the big entity. Chinese astronauts complete 9-hour spacewalk. I wonder if they did that in the same studio as Stanley Kubrick. Oh, real quick, the Venom movie that came out, right? Let me see if I can pull up some still shots to show you while I speak on it. The Venom movie that came out. It's called The Last Dance, right? I like Marvel comics when I was growing up, flipping through them. I had some Marvel comic cards. Didn't understand anything about the symbolism of it all until later on in life. But I don't know if they're mocking us or just, you know, releasing the information. But in the beginning of the movie, the scientist is like, and the moon landing was filmed by Stanley Kubrick, right? In this movie here, there's crazy symbolism. There's a lot of 23s, and there's some W's. The hippies was driving the VW wagon, and the W is the 23. The W is the 2 U's, right? That's how they mock you, because you got a living you, and then you got a dead you that's a corpse, a corporation. The living you was supposed to be born free, was supposed to not have their heel be pricked and have their blood sent to a foreign land. You were supposed to be born on this earth and have a connection to the earth. So the mocking of us, right? And Venom is like a symbiote. So he's like a liquid entity that can go basically possess somebody. And then he can manifest himself whenever he wants. So that whole thing with the 2 U's, the 23, the World Trade Center. Also take a look at the 1991 or 93 movie of the Mario Brothers with John Leguizamo as Luigi. And you can see all of the Twin Towers symbolism in there and what they're trying to do and what they're with the realm changing and the realm staying and bring this in and bring that in, warping things, warp speed, like this shit crazy. And they've been doing it. They've been having this done and planned for a long time. Like this is their mission because it's all in the mythos because the mythos come from the stars. It's all in the stars. So they want to roll around and worship this phoenix and subvert all of our minds. Like that's their thing. It's like that's what they want to do. Then fine. That's what they want to do. Then fine. Let's see. We get a little soundtrack. Oh no, that's the one we just did. I thought I called that one shrapnel, but I called it radio drip intro. There also was a series. I think it was on Prime, but it was Jean-Claude Van Johnson, and what it revealed is this guy Jean-Claude Van Johnson was playing the role of a movie star, but in actuality, he was like a secret agent, and they just used the whole movie set as their cover to go do their dirt. But that doesn't happen in real life. Hollywood's innocent. It's just Disney, right? What else is in the news? Oh, they thawing out Walt Disney. Look at this. Oh, no. They're not thawing out Walt Disney. Cold snap warning for the East Coast. You control the weather, you control the world. And that leads me to this next thing about Jean-Claude Van Johnson. There was a weather control device. There was a weather control device. And it popped itself up right at 28 minutes and 15 seconds. The weather control device. And the girl was like, well, what would you use that for? And then Jean-Claude Van Johnson's like, to take over the world. You controlling the weather. And it's painful to be outdoors, cold snap coming, after they've been chemtrailing the hell out of us. Y'all better be getting as much sunlight as you can when the sun is out, because the vitamin D assimilation is not going to happen with all that chemtrailing. Let me get this other background song. Be on the radio, right? Anyway, so Jean-Claude Van Johnson mocking us again because they control the weather. You know what I mean? That's what happened to Kennedy. New York man makes prehistoric discovery in his backyard. Let's click on that one. Mastodon jaw found in backyard by New York homeowner who spotted teeth sticking up out the soil. See, and what was the date on this article? December 17th, 2004 at 8:23 p.m. Eastern Time. And that was on a Tuesday, right? What happened in the Mario Brothers movie? They found the dinosaurs in New York. Okay, see where the programming and condition is. Like he come to deceive the whole world. Here goes some more programming and conditioning. The movie that came out with the red one on Netflix with the Rock and the big polar bear. They had drones flying all over that movie, and they said they were coming in and out of a mothership, and they look exactly like the shit that they playing on the news from Jersey. Oh, I gotta plug my joint. Hold on. Fear not. You know what I mean? Your spirit is invincible. Your spirit got the invincible star, and it's always running around saying, dun, 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 dun. What? The guy's named Seth Rogen, boy. He's starting to look aged. He probably got 10 years on me. But let's go back to the regular news page. Speaking of Jean-Claude Van Johnson or Jean-Claude Van Damme, he's in another movie from, I think it's 1991. It's called The Order. First of all, a quick critiquing review on that movie. It is trash. The fight scenes suck. He didn't do a split in the whole thing, which was, I was wondering about that and the way they use Jean-Claude, the Frenchman, right? And he could do the splits. He was always on them splits. Always on them splits on the chairs and all that. I'm not going to do one right now because I didn't stretch yet today. But that's like the Twin Towers. They split them and then they become one. So the movie The Order, right? They never say names. They just say this order or whatever it is, but they got the same Knights Templar gear, and they keep showing the Brooklyn Bridge and the Twin Towers in that movie. I really wasn't paying attention to the storyline, but there was one point in time where, like, the mistress in distress / hero woman in blue, mind you, blue. Remember that thing we talked about, the blue masonry and ISIS. So she says, well, there might be a couple bad apples in the order, but I mean, come on. And then they just kept it moving after that. Like, sorry, bro. You didn't sell me on that. You're not selling nobody on none of this. It's been too much, too long, and y'all been doing too much dirt. You don't get away with it. You don't get a karmic pass because you told somebody. You don't get a karmic pass because you lied to them and deceived them to vote for you, to vote, to give them your votes, to give them your energy, and then let you go do whatever you want. Westmore, Larry Hogan, y'all supposed to be governing the government from taking over. But all the lobbyists in y'all's ears, shame be all on y'all, man. Shame be all on y'all. With all these chemtrails, how is the earth supposed to heal from that? By stopping almost immediately. Cease and desist immediately, bitch asses. You bunch of bitch asses. Let's see what else, if we got another beat or something I can put on here. Yeah, that's kind of simple. So long hard road, yeah, governors are tyrants, basically each and every single one. I'm real interested in really finding out how like the natives was running a social organization. I don't want to say government, but it might have been a government. But this is a mad mess right here. You got cops. They're supposed to be law enforcement officers that don't have nothing to do with the law at all. They're enforcing legalities. You got all of these corporate government entities that don't have no delegated authority at all from the Constitution, which is the law of the land, which is the Declaration, our declaration that we basically got to try to run with and roll with. But every tribe make your own declaration. Every tribe make your own declaration. Every tribe make your own affidavits of truth. Okay, non-combatant, non-hostile, non-belligerent, but also non-stupid. Because we know we're not guessing or believing in anything. Okay? Fucking Santa Claus. Santa Claus, just like the census. He's coming. Madness, bro. Let's see what else we got over here. Japanese auto giants Honda and Nissan reportedly began merging, maybe. I don't know. I'm not getting to that. They're going to investigate Liz Cheney criminally. Like, who cares at this point, right? We already been through that. Abundant Life Christian school shooting. Latest motive appears to be a combination of factors, police say. A 15-year-old girl opened fire at school. Now imagine if she'd have had a sword. She'd have been waving the sword all up through school. This article was released 8/11 yesterday on the 17th. 2 killed, 6 injured out in Madison, Wisconsin, Abundant Life Christian School. You know, who was the 15-year-old girl? What was going on with her? Did she seek her own vengeance, or she just woke up one morning, ate a Pop-Tart, and was like, I'm going to just start popping off? It's trouble. It's trouble in the world. Nature's being ignored. Nurturing is basically out the fucking window. You're going to put a baby on government baby formula? You're going to have induced labors? Run from the hospital industrial complex. Run from the big corporate baby food formula production. Run from it. All right, life-threatening. Said at the vigil, we will never be the same, but we'll get through this by relying on each other to take care of each other. They got some photos in front of what looks like maybe their Capitol building, some big domed building. Memorial service, you know, shout outs to everybody who actually got negatively affected by this, and rest in peace to all them folks that died and the families. But it's hard. This existence in this lifetime is hard, you know. And if we relying on, and this was a Christian school, right? So they pushing the Christ doctrine, right? But then Christ say we're gonna do things greater than him. How do we do things greater than Christ? Because we got to become Christ and then do greater than Christ. And number one, reserving your integrity. That's all he did. He let everybody else talk themselves into a hole. He let everybody else be bewildered and mystified about everything he was doing. You know, but he was austere. Oh, one thing that the police woman said this morning when I said, you were going 40 and you were going 70 and a 40 back there. She was like, yeah, maybe you should report me. Okay, let me report you to yourself. You see how that works? Let's have the criminals investigate themselves. And that's where the big conflict of interest happens with all this bar association shit. Because the judge would be a bar association member, the prosecutor would be a bar association member, and your own lawyer are going to be the bar association member. They're not going to make it about your rights being violated. They're going to go along with the corporate turn of things and let's try to get you the minimum plea deal. Oh, come on, man. Why he giving all these weird daps to all the other lawyers? Liars and shit, you know? And if you are a lawyer and I know you, hey, you know me, man. And they talking about gun violence. I think this was it's human violence. Gun violence and human violence. Imagine if she would have had a flamethrower or a bomb. She was going for it, man. She was committed and she damn did it. 15 years old. And of course, Joe Biden and Vice President Kblaze urging elected officials to combat gun violence. Like, you can't combat gun violence with legislation, because if you make it a crime to have a gun, criminals got guns. If you make it a crime to have guns, the Second Amendment can't be infringed. But we need to stop calling them guns and stick to the language of the Constitution, which is arms. Okay? I don't want to play ball with this system at all. I want to have my own land and be left alone. But this is what we got to deal with now. This is what we faced with. All right? Is anybody at all watching this? How do I tell? I don't think anybody at all watching this. But either way, this got to get out. We getting ready to get a Kickstarter off on the book. Avatar Conflict Indigo. It's hot fire. It's only 36 pages. Even if you never read a book in your life, at least maybe if you read this one, you could say you read a book. Harris, Biden administration, consolations and lamentations for Wisconsin right now, man. It's always a mess when somebody out here blasting out a weapon. Not even at the real villains. But let's get back to the original news page. I'm going to figure out the screen sharing thing too, because I know y'all just don't want to just be looking at my mug. Trump nominates ex-U.S. Senate candidate Herschel Walker as ambassador to the Bahamas. Keep your brain engaged with Yahoo video games. The largest barbecue chain in the nation has just closed 30 more locations. Okay? Yeah, they want you on that fake meat. They want you on that 3D printed Bill Gates meat. Muscle loss in this area could be a key indicator of dementia. An expert explains the warning signs. A histotechnologist, special pathologist I was talking to about dementia said that when they did the slides of the brain tissue of dementia victims, it was the phosphates, man. Phosphates. Look at the preservatives in the sodas. It's all like phosphates and all this, Oh, I saw something scary the other day. It was a big Coca-Cola truck, right? And on the back, it says, our mission or something, or our something. It said, we do all things to honor God. And I'm like, how you going to have caramel coloring bad for everybody's pancreas? That's not, what God are you honoring? Former prison guard trainee is sentenced to death for killing 5 women at a Florida bank. Was he mad about the usury? Or what happened in there? We'll never get the straight answer from YouTube News. Elon Musk's drug use becoming a problem for government security clearance. SpaceX CEO Elon Musk likely won't receive top security clearance, even though roughly 400 staffers at his rocket company already have those permissions. I don't trust none of them. I don't trust Vance. I don't trust Trump. I don't trust this Elon guy, but they're part of the corporation. They should not have nothing to do with me unless my dumb ass wants to consent to that. Nope. You got to withdraw yourself from the voting registration and just let them do what they will, because they will do what they will, and they've been doing it throughout time. Cause of beloved Arizona news anchor sudden death at 28 revealed. Anchor in Tucson, Arizona, family and friends honor her life. Judge allows testing of tissue samples from George Floyd as officer who killed him seeks a new trial. Like, come on, guys. Nobody's buying tickets to your show no more. Passenger called out by United pilot on Newark flight in surprising in-cabin interaction. He's a true hero. This young lady saved my life. Boy, that's important to have in the news. Trail runner Tina Lewis arrested in India for traveling with an in-reach device. What's an in-reach device? I don't know. Sat phones. Oh, a satellite phone. Don't mess around them satellite phones in India, boy. They come and get you. 7.3 magnitude earthquake in Vanuatu, South Pacific archipelago. All right, shock poll: 41% of young voters find killing of United Healthcare CEO acceptable. Is this real? That's from The Hill. Shock poll: 41% of young voters find killing of United Healthcare CEO acceptable. Like, do we know if this guy, what kind of dirt, was the guy involved in some kind of dirt? Maybe they know about it. Or 41% of adults under 30 consider the killing of Brian Thompson acceptable. I mean, nobody needs to be getting killed, but like if he was involved in some dirt, he should definitely be locked up and uncomfortable. But, you know, there's a lot of mystery surrounding around that too, man. Woman who stowed away on a Delta flight to Paris apprehended again, this time trying to get into Canada. Well, that's one way to travel. Fed rate cut, how it affects your bank accounts, loans, credit cards, and investments. Fed rate cut. They're going to do what they want. They're going to do what they want. When you're using their money, that's their privilege. They think that you under their jurisdiction because of that. Lubbock doctor guilty of inappropriately touching employee during exam. Yikes. That mustache says it all. Shout out to everybody that do got a mustache that ain't a weirdo, though. Madison school shooter pictured with shotgun at firing range just months before her deadly rampage. You know, nobody just does that for no reason. So, two broke girls, actress Beth Bears, 38, says male doctors said she was too young to have perimenopause. I don't know what that is. Search for missing Montana woman suspected at landfill, North Great Falls. Mass shooting in Maryland, 1 dead, 9 wounded, and vehicle in flames. Shooting in Baltimore County. Towson left 1 person dead, 9 wounded. Another vehicle engulfed in flames, police said when officers arrived. See, shit is out of control. And it's not because of weapons. It's because of people and the detachment from nature. Okay? You're born in the concrete jungle. It's not for us. We need to be grounded. We need to be looking at the stars. We need to be getting good energy from each other and being nurtured by our parents when we're born. Starlink, Putin humbled as his nuke chief is assassinated right under his nose in Moscow. That's from the Daily Beast. You're going to humble somebody by assassinating their chief, their nuclear chief. Man shot and killed by deputies near Tri-Rail Station was on court-ordered house arrest. Oh, well, I guess it's okay then. These motherfuckers are just waiting to shoot somebody. You know, that's the big danger. Police say release CCTV images of man seen kissing spiked woman would breach his human rights. But he trying everything to get out of that one. 3 dividend stocks. Trading stocks and bonds has to do with your fake you, with your dead you, with your corporation, with your social security number. Because you can't just go roll up there and say, hey, yo, my name Watermelon Christoph. And I want to buy these stocks right here. No, they need to get all your information, social security number, all that. And Memphis man guilty of murdering his wife during the honeymoon. I got jokes for that, but that's not really funny. Ukraine, Zelensky tells allies Russia's shadow fleet must be stopped. Zelensky, has anybody seen Zelensky dressed up in drag? Has anybody seen Zelensky's TV show where he's playing the piano with his genitalia? Has anybody seen Zelensky dressed up in drag? Why are we sending billions of dollars to this clown? more on the United Health CEO. Somebody robbed the Knoxville bank and Pennsylvania State Police looking for him. He probably was mad about the usury too. Notorious drug lord Osel. Oh, what happened? Somebody joined in? Nope. Police respond to Sacramento elementary school stabbing. And you know, if they outlawed and just confiscated all of the weapons, all of the knives, the swords, the guns, the grenades, if they took all the grenades away, right? Somebody gonna go grab a brick. Somebody gonna go grab a tree branch. It's not about the weapons. It's about the people. And this whole growing up in this technological media situation didn't help anybody out. Didn't help anybody out. All right, here's from the Daily Beast. White House advisor says government has solved the drone mystery. Like I said, go watch Bro Sanchez TV. Scroll down and find it. He got it. It's done. Just stop it. I mean, here's my points. Just face value. As soon as I heard about it, here's my points. Here's my points. I just texted my homegirl the other day. What I say? Oh, distraction from something else going on. And that distraction from something else going on could be on the other side of the earth, or it could be just past the drones, just past the chemtrail haze, something going on in the stars. Normalizing the presence of drones. That's the same thing that Red One movie was doing. They had a little drone flying. They going in and out of the mothership. The Rock. Number 3, obviously, military Jesuit agenda. Number 4, the autonomic reset for a new religion of mystery gods that only the Pope is going to be able to talk to. Every politician is a liar. Every single one. If you're a politician and I know you, that applies to you too. Because shit still ain't being fixed around here. About to bring in an ultra-Christian right to begin the killing of the righteous free-minded elect. Testing drone tech for hunting down the jabbed. The devil skeeted out flaming drones. Okay, go get creative, y'all. Don't get zoned out and droned out on all this. Israel versus Hamas. Louisville cop escorted a drunk woman home and assaulted her. See, these cops is out of fucking control, man. 70 and a 40? Oh, I'm late. Fuck out of here, man. Oil tanker sending distress call. Delon Sanders, bankruptcy, Joe Burrow, Olivia Ponton hooking up for months before robbery at home of Bengal star. Ukraine says it has a laser weapon able to down targets flying at over 2 kilometers up there. All right, you don't just come out and say that. Yeah, we got this laser. It's gonna blast shit. Just let them come if you got the laser then. So we got a warehouse manager stole $1.2 million worth of stuff and then rolled out. Southern Cali plagued by destructive burglaries. I mean, that shit only going to be getting worse. You done built the city, right? You done built the city, and then you subjugated everybody. And then the city tried to sprawl, and then you corporatized everything else. Just a mess. The biggest sin is building the city with your skyscrapers and shit sitting up there like eagles. Scientists followed a mysterious signal and found two black holes gorging on something like never before. Live science. I'm gonna click on this one. This one seems like it could be interesting. They got some CGI. Supermassive black holes, cosmic titans with masses of 100,000 to billions of times the mass of the sun are among the universe's most fearsome phenomena. These celestial behemoths can consume entire stars and unleash torrents of powerful radiation visible across vast cosmic distances. However, in a recent study, researchers observed something entirely unprecedented. A pair of supermassive black holes devouring an enormous gas cloud that's unlike any celestial meal science has ever seen. The discovery was made possible by a curious radiation signal. Offers new insight into the behavior of these cosmic giants, their relationship with the galaxies they inhabit. You know, I'm not even going to read this thing. You just shut your ass up on that. Mystery signals may be coming from one of the rarest stars. But see, what needs to be happening is we need to be out there looking at the stars and seeing the information and the light going into our eyes, along with the sun. Stop blocking the sun, all you dirty governors. You know what I mean? If the world gonna end because it's gonna heat the fuck up, that's just how it's gonna be. You're not gonna be able to subvert it. Ukraine says North Koreans took heavy casualties during a weekend attack in Kursk. Why is North Korea fighting Ukraine? What's going on? Liz Cheney again. Israel troops remove Israel settler group who crossed into Lebanon. Of course they did. Another guy, Miami Herald. Sweet Day neighborhood. Boeing says it has resumed 767 and 777 wide body production. Maybe because they can fly them unmanned high in the atmosphere and release even more chemtrails. Thanks a lot, Boeing. This guy, Luigi Mangioni's mother, said she could see him doing the shooting. Binary star system found near the Milky Way's black hole. An amazing discovery, astrophysics. Texas jailer dies after being assaulted by an incarcerated man, sheriff says. A Texas man being held in jail fatally assaulted a detention officer who was returning him to his cell following the 1 hour he was allowed out of his lockup each day. Yeah, they might want to send in a bigger guy, because 1 hour a day allowed out of your cell, that'll get you a little edgy. Somebody brought a Great Dane on an airplane. Oh, NASA's new Webb telescope images support previously controversial findings about how planets form. Guys. Ooh, here we go. Insurer stocks fall after Trump says we're going to knock out the middleman. Insurer stocks fall after Trump says we're going to knock out the middleman. CVS, Health Caremark, Cigna's, Express Scripts, and United Health Group's Optum control the majority of U.S. pharmacy benefit market with their parent companies. I'm going to click on this one. We can read this one a little bit more. With their parent companies What was I reading? Oh, here we go. Shares of health insurers operating pharmacy benefit managers fell on Monday after U.S. President-elect Donald Trump called them middlemen who drive up costs and said he plans to eliminate their role. CVS Health, Caremark, Cigna's Express Scripts, United Health Group's Optum control the majority of U.S. pharmacy benefit market, with their parent companies also operating health insurance and pharmacy businesses. But see, they're not, what Trump's saying here, he's not cutting out no middleman. He's consolidating. You don't want him to be consolidated. Decentralized medicine. What was the guy's name? Jack Kruse, Kruse. Check him out. Jack Kruse, Kruse. And El Salvador, he wrote a health freedom amendment for the Constitution of El Salvador. And I'm pretty sure that they incorporated it in their constitution. Check them out. Decentralized medicine, because this is all centralized medicine. Hospital industrial complex is going to be just one spot. John Hopkins bought up all that shit downtown, man. That's where they had the event 201 kick off and pop off. You know, it's not about trust. It's not about trust. Because we all figured out now you can trust no one, barely even yourself, let alone somebody else want to experiment on you, basically. Pharmacy benefit managers negotiate drug costs with pharmacies and drug manufacturers and could build drug coverage lists for health plans, mostly on behalf of employers and the government. They directly reimburse pharmacies for prescription drugs included under their agreed terms. The horrible middleman that makes more money, frankly, than the drug companies, and they do anything except they're a middleman. Let me try to see if I can do it with the Trump voice. The horrible middleman that makes more money, frankly, than the drug companies, and they don't do anything except they're a middleman. I ain't got the Trump thing. I ain't got the Trump voice down. Trump said Monday at a news conference at Mar-a-Lago Club in Palm Beach. There's another YouTube channel called Enter the Stars. Just seen a video he popped about. He broke down the Mario Brothers movie, and he also put MAGA and Don Armageddon. Okay. I don't know who these middlemen are, but they're rich, he said, referring to his dinner earlier this month with key executives of drug makers Pfizer and Eli Lilly, as well as industry lobbying group PHRMA. Trump said spent much of it talking about the high cost of drugs and how the U.S. pays much more than other countries. And see, I got beef with Busta Rhymes, Fat Joe, and all the rest of y'all clown-ass hip-hop patriarchal moguls that made that commercial about the problem with our healthcare system. The problem with our healthcare system is the cost. We need to know what the cost is. What about the fucking ingredients? What about the diagnostic symptom manual? What about all the insurance? Oh, I'm selling insurance warranties, by the way. It's $30 a month. We'll pay for a portion of whatever your insurance doesn't pay for. Hit the description in the link. We'll get you signed up for the monthly $30 a month insurance warranties. Okay? We're underwriting it ourselves, and you putting the capital in. So it's ours. But I'm going to make all the money. They're going to knock out the middleman. Shares of CBS fell. Blah, 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 blah. All about price. All about price. Not about integrity, efficacy, or safety. Wow. All right, let me go back. I'm going to jump here. It's been an hour. Let's see what we got. Oh, shout out to Donut. And always harping on that 128 code. Bro, me and my man made a song. It was like an acoustic song. And we ended up, it was a freestyle basically, but we called it Truckers. And basically I was playing the role of a trucker, you know, singing my blues about it. And one of the verses was, there's a bridge out, the taxes, the tolls, and then the bridge is out. That song was 1 minute and 28 seconds. That's before I knew about the 128 code. And it just happened. What's up with that? Otherwise, I wouldn't have noticed. An underground detector in China will sniff out mysterious ghost particles called neutrinos. Why don't y'all stop fucking around with all of this weird science? Filipino who has won a last-minute reprieve from Indonesian firing squad prepares to fly home. Boy, she looks happy. Huge Israeli strikes methodically destroy Syria's military infrastructure. Many blown up their helicopters. Joe Rogan shrugs off the idea of a perfect city, but Peter Thiel names 2 paradoxical U.S. cities that stand out. I wonder what those 2 cities were. And that's from a news deposit called Benzinga. Joe Rogan, the Rogue Man. Oh man, see, and they're just playing games. They're just fantasizing about their utopia, but still being able to have the big sinful city. All right, let's see what 2 cities they were calling out. I almost don't even feel like entertaining this, but let's see what we got. For Theo, the best 2 cities were Miami, Florida, Miami and Nashville. Miami has a paradoxical vibe. City balances its tourist-heavy party reputation with livable neighborhoods that feel worlds apart from chaos. Conversely, Nashville offers a real and authentic feel. It offers a real and authentic feel, but it's just as corporate and lifeless as everything the fuck else, man. Paradox definition, we're going to read it out. A seemingly absurd or self-contradictory statement or proposition that when investigated or explained may prove to be well-founded or true. And a paradox, he has discovered that stepping back from his job has increased the rewards he gleans from it. A statement or proposition that despite sound reasoning from acceptable premises leads to a conclusion that seems senseless, logically unacceptable, or self-contradictory. A potential serious conflict between quantum mechanics and the general theory of relativity known as the information paradox. Gravity, the theory of gravity, germ theory. Okay, paradox is that they're basing science on theories. You use science to prove theories. Shit backwards, boy. Shit backwards, boy. And now they're calling, the medical system is calling the way that they're applying their treatments science-based or evidence-based. Shit, I can't remember if it's evidence-based or science-based. But regardless of any of it, if it's not in the DSM, there's no coding for the insurers. There's no coding for the insurance companies. A situation, person, or thing that combines contradictory features or qualities. Oh, so I guess what they were saying about Nashville is like it's partying and wilding, but you can still have a livable neighborhood. You know, every city like that. You walk down Baltimore City, you can see a destitute homeless person. You can see a prostitute. You can see a businessman on that same block. And there could be a family walking around. It could be tourists walking around to go see the aquarium, and then they got to step over a helpless drug addict. You know, God bless everybody that's out there on the street, man. All right, so that's what a paradox. I don't feel like I got to brand just Glocks or drive around in the outlandish drops for me to hold my own, still at peace with myself when I'm home alone, instead of picking at my brain for a round of chrome. Shout out to Dead On, man. Rogan pushes back on Miami. I don't want to hear these two read through this conversation about these 2 clowns. SpaceX federal reviews over security. Sylvester Stallone wants an unusual home edition. Nvidia's Blackwell chip could push the company into new stratosphere as AI revolution continues. Clintonville man holds suspect thief at gunpoint until police arrival. Let me guess, the cop shot the guy getting robbed. That happened to me. I was getting robbed in Edgewood. I popped off some warning shots. Everybody fled. Next thing you know, the police. For me, not for no thieves. Shout out to Wayne Johnson, man. I hope you have a beautiful retirement. Bitch ass. First monster black hole ever pictured erupts with a surprise gamma ray explosion. Elect, you better be ready. Watch Beetlejuice. Watch Orion. So the USDA issues warning after ground beef shipment tests positive for potentially life-threatening bacteria. That's why you don't eat that shit raw. Archivist says equal rights amendment can be certified as Democrats push Biden to recognize it. Equal rights amendment? But don't you see you're beckoning to the wrong United States for that? We're all victims of equity. Doesn't that sound crazy? But we're all victims of equity. Serial burglar. Megan Thee Stallion seeks restraining order, says imprisoned Tory Lanez continue to harass her. I mean, you asking for it. Your music is garbage. Your whole persona is garbage. You invite that bullshit. Megan Thee Stallion. Get the fuck out of here. Banned from son's football game. Kansas father gets settlement for free speech retaliation. All right, looked like it was getting down to the end. President of a manufacturing company was stabbed by an employee. Because all you employers are heartless. Maybe not all of y'all, but it's just naivety. And they want you to come around. They want you to be heartless. Ex-NFL star accused of knowingly giving women STDs in lawsuits. I should show you a picture of this clown. A couple hundred North Korean troops killed. We heard about that. Watch out for your parking ticket scams in San Francisco. Archaeologists uncovered an ancient Greek monument that glitters with gold. Click on this one, and then I'm going to wrap it up. Located in the ancient city of Ripes, initially settled by the Pelasgians, a pre-Greek civilization. The area eventually came under control of the Ionians, until the Romans abandoned it in the 1st century BC. Among the objects found at the site were a large collection of gold jewelry, marble statues, carved from pentalic marble, the marble used to build the Parthenon in Athens. Ancient Greeks were some of the most remarkable metalworkers of antiquity. Not only did they create bronze devices that surpassed the complexity of similar creations more than 2 millennia into the future, they were also some of the finest jewelry makers in history. Now, archaeologists uncovered a heroon, a funerary monument to an ancient Greek hero. that now serves as a memorial not only to the honored dead, but to the culture's incredible craftsmanship. So, a funerary monument to an ancient Greek hero. I wonder where Albert Pike got his idea about giving the heroes from. Excavations on the Trapeza Plateau in the Peloponnese, which began in October, have already unearthed an incredible find near the Greek city of Aigio. Scholars believe that in antiquity, this area was known as the city of Ripes, as referred to by the ancient geographer Pausanias. It's believed that the area was originally settled by the Pelasgians, who actually predate the Greeks and are believed to be one of the first peoples to populate the Aegean region. How to get buried. How to get buried. Thankfully, some incredible artifacts were left behind and remained untouched for thousands of years. Where is Indiana Jones at? Ain't no damn Indiana Jones. I saw a movie that was like Indiana Jones, had Matthew McConaughey and Penelope Cruz in it. I think it was called Sahara. They were looking for some Civil War boat that washed up in Africa somewhere from Virginia. It was a cool movie. Nothing lewd. Anyway, let me shut this down. Let me give another shout out to the other brothers that's doing right on YouTube. All right. Arcades, Jason Preshears, holla. Bro Sanchez TV, big shout out, brother. Peace and love, brother. Chief Ironbush, keep pumping it, man. Keep putting them lessons out, man. We learning. Zachary Hubbard, Gematria Effects Sports News. And Casey over at Enter the Stars. You got some good movie breakdowns and symbolism in there. Did I miss any? I don't think so. Oh, and Cooking with Kblaze. Shout out your boy. So just real quick before we jump, Avatar, the book by Kblaze, baby. It's an adventure. We got the coins. And we're gonna be getting a Kickstarter together so we can give out the coins, the stickers, the book. Oh, and possibly a USB chip with the original maps, because the maps are huge. Like this map right here is from a PDF file that is literally the size of a table calendar. And I got it scanned and it's that big, but I had to shrink it down for the book. So you want the big map, but my whole thing is encouraging everybody else to be creative and go do this, man. Don't waste no time. Don't dilly-dally around. Don't go watch the football game. You know, but if you got to change your brakes, go change your brakes. You know what I mean? If you got to go make dinner, go cut that onion. Peace and love to everybody in their household. Shout outs to YouTube for bringing the platform like this. Look, I'm using my mouse trying to change my iPad, but look. Yeah, we be seeing y'all soon, man. Peace and love.